Okay, aloha, this is Richard Halverson, and I'm your instructor for ITS128. And today is September 11th, and it's the third week. We're in our third week, and so today I would like to go over the projects, the 5 programming projects at the end of Chapter 2. Okay, so let me share my screen. This screen. All right, so I don't know if you can see this. Let me put this here. So this is the Laulima page, and we are in week 3. Which have I updated this? I don't remember if I have or not. Anyway, so I'm going to go over these 5 programming projects. So if we open up our Pearson to this week. Stuff that's due Sunday the 15th, which is this coming Sunday. I think last week I covered the quizzes and so on, and I don't think I covered, but anyway, you can those are pretty straightforward. I'm going to cover the programming projects today. So let me go to the first one. Let's see what it looks like. So let's see what it looks like. It looks like this. All right, so the question is, you're supposed to make a program where you enter the subtotal, you enter the gratuity rate, and it will compute how much the tip is. This is the tip rate. This is the check. It computes a tip rate at 15% and then totals up what the whole bill is. And you're supposed to write a Python program to do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've loaded up Python on my machine here, and so I've got a folder here, and what I'm going to do is the way I'm going to write this is I'm going to write a little program, and then I'm going to run the program from the Python from the command. So I've got a little starting program here called ch2-1.py, and I'm going to save it, and I'm just going to try to run it now. Let me see. Let me do a dir, and there it is, ch2-1.py. So I'm going to do Python ch2-1.py, and it says calculate tips. Right, that's what it's supposed to do. All right, now let's figure out. Okay, so you have to write something to read in that value, and I'm going to assume you know how to do that already. So I'm just going to say, I'm just going to assign a value subtotal equals 15.69. Okay, so you're going to have to write some sort of input that's going to get that in there. Okay, so in fact, I tell you what, this is the first one. I'm going to do this one here for you. So I want to. It's coming in as a text. So I want to do float parentheses input parentheses quote enter the subtotal. Come on in. Hey, how's it? And so that's going to get the subtotal in there, and it's going to turn it into a floating point number, which is what we want because this comes in as a text string. Okay, now I'm going to hardwire the gratuity rate in there. Gratuity, I'm just going to call it rate equals 15. I'm going to assume that that was input. Oh, you don't put a semicolon. And but you have to actually ask for it. And then I'm going to do a computation here. So so I'm going to compute a gratuity amount. So I'm going to say gratuity amount. That's the tip. That's I'm just called tip. Tip equals subtotal times rate divided by 100. Because 15, it's not really 15. It's 15%. It's 0.15. So this is going to make it 0.15, and then this is going to multiply it by the subtotal. So that's going to give a tip amount. And then we want to write out the tip amount. So the tip amount, and then the total amount is going to be the tip plus the subtotal. So total equals tip plus subtotal. Okay, and then we want to write it out. It's print tip subtotal or total. Except for you got to make it look better. Okay, you got to put some quotes here, whatever. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. I'm going to run this, and so let's bring this back up again, and let me just run it. Python ch2-1.py. Calculate tips. Enter subtotal 1569. Okay, so it calculated. Let me make this smaller. So it's supposed to calculated the tip as 2.3535 instead of 2.35, and it calculated 18.04. It's okay. So the trick is, how do you make it look like this instead of like this? Well, that's not that hard. I'm going to do it here for you. I'm going to say total equals total times 100, and I'm going to turn that into an integer. Int. Oops. Int. And then after that, I'm going to just divide that by 100. So that's going to multiply by 100, and then hack off everything to the right of that, and then it's going to divide it by 100 to bring the decimal point back where it was. So this is how you would do total. Let's see what this looks like. 1569. Okay, see, that's how. See, now it looks like that instead of like this. Okay, so you need to do the same thing for tip, and then you also got to put something like, you know, the gratuity is, you got to do something like that. $15.69. The gratuity is that, except for it's got to look like that. All right? All right. So that's the first question. Let's go to the next one. Okay, in this program, we're supposed to write a program that prompts the user to enter the number of minutes and then displays the number of years and days for the minutes. For simplicity, assume a year has 365 days. And this is what a sample run is going to look like. Enter the number of minutes, and it says it's approximately 1,902 years and 214 days. Okay, so I'm going to change it to display the number of centuries. I'm going to change it to display the number of centuries and display the number of years. hours, okay? So I'm going to start up a new one here. I'm going to make this be number 2, 2-2, and I'm going to say this is going to be 2, number of centuries, and years. Whatever. Okay, and I'm going to hardwire this in. So I'm going to say minutes equals 1 billion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's what that is. And then I want to calculate the number of centuries. Okay, so the number of, okay, so that's the number of minutes. Number of minutes. And so what's the number of hours? The number of hours is number of minutes divided by 24. No, 60. Divided by 60. So it's minutes divided by 60. And so that's how many hours there are. And then so how many days are there? That'd be days equals hours divided by 24. And years equals days divided by 365. Let's see. Get rid of this. Years and centuries equals years divided by 1. Okay, now these should all be integerized. So I'm going to make this an int. And so I'm going to display out the centuries and the years. No, what did I say I was going to display? Oh, the days. All right. Okay. So the days. So it should be 19 centuries plus 365 plus 365, which is 600, 730 plus 214, which is going to be about 948, 944. So okay, so let me say that years, centuries is that, and days is that. And let me I'm going to say days equals int. No, I'm just going to do this. Int days. All right, I'm going to see what this does. Let's see what this does. Save this and run it. Python ch2-2py.py. Oh, hours is not defined. Got an error there. Hours. Okay, try this again. Okay, it said 19 centuries. Oh, no, that can't. I got to subtract out each time I do this. Okay, so it's how many minutes, that's how many hours are in those minutes. That's how many days total. And so So this is years. So now I want to say what's left over. So days left equals years times days equals days minus years times 365. See, so I want what's left over after I figure out how many years it is. Then I want the number of days left over from years. Actually, I want days left over from centuries, don't I? Yeah, so this is wrong. I want this to be down here. So it's going to be centuries times 365 times 100. This has got to be okay, that's so many days left. And then, so let me put this as days left. Let's see what this does. No, oh, int. Yes, that's right. 19 centuries and 944 days. That's probably the right answer. Okay, so anyway, you just need to figure out what the years is instead of the days. So I would, something like years equals int days 365 or something like that. And then days left. I think it's going to look something like that. Anyway, so that's number 2. You can follow along what I did here. This is going to print out centuries, but then I recalculated again what I think is going to be for years. But anyway, I'll leave that for you to look at. And so let's go to the next one. 3 questions. Oh no, oops. Let's go to programming project number 3. And here we're just going to write a program that displays out the digits in reverse order. So that's actually pretty easy. Let me just save as, I'm going to make this question 3. And this is going to be question 3, split digits. That's what it says up here. And so I'm going to make this be, let's see, first I got to read in a digit. You can figure that out. So I'm going to say digits equals something that was just read in, and so I'm going to do something like this. 6, 7, well, I'll just do this one. 5, 2, 1, 3. 5, 2, 1, 3. 5213. That's how it looks like when it comes in. And so I need to change that to a number. So I'm going to say digits equals int digits. That should work. And then I'm going to say, so if I just divide this by 2, or divide it by 10, it ends up being 521 with a remainder of 3, and 3 is the one I want. So I just do digits. No, I can do digit equals digits divided by, mod. It's not percent. Percent 10, and I can print that digit. And then I can say digits equals digits divided by 10. Okay, so that'll be the first one. This will be the first digit. And you got to be able to do for 4-digit number. So this is the first digit. I'll close this up a little bit. And I'm going to take this comment out. I'm not sure this is going to work. All right, so let me just copy this. First digit, second digit, third digit, fourth digit. First, second, third, fourth. And I don't need this. All right, I'm just going to run this. See that? And so for you got to make it so you input the integer right here instead. Probably won't need this. So. Okay, so let's see what this looks like when we run it. It's 3.py, and it's 3125. 3125. So I guess it worked. All right, very good. So you need to fix it so it actually inputs instead of just assigning the value like that. All right, let's see what the next one is. Question 4. Okay, here we're supposed to input this and calculate this. So let me do a save as, and this is going to be number 4. And so this is going to be number 4, and it's going to be slope of a line. Slope of a line. And so I'm just going to go ahead and assign these values. X1 equals 4.5. X2 equals, Y. Y1, sorry. Y1 equals minus 5.5. X2 is 0.2 is second line. The X coordinate is 6.6, and Y2 is minus 6.5. Okay, so I just did, X1 is 4.5, Y1 is minus 5.5, X2 is 6.6, and Y2 is minus 6.5. That's just this here. And then I'm going to calculate the slope according to this. So I'm going to copy this. Copy. I'm going to make it a comment here. Slope equals this. Oh, well, that's doesn't even need to be a comment then, I guess. There, that'll just work. Nothing wrong with that. Then I can just say print. I'm just gonna x1, x1, y1, x2, y2, slope. So it should print this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this. So let's run it. It's 4.py. And we see 4.5 minus 5.5, 6.6 minus 6.5, and 0.47619. You can figure out how to make it look like this if you want to. If we wanted 2 decimal places, we multiply by 100 and then divide by 100. If we want 3, I guess we would multiply by 1,000, divide by 1,000. 4 would be 10,000 divided by 10,000, and maybe 5 would be 100,000 divided by 100,000. I don't know, you can figure that out. Experiment around. Let's do the last one. And here we're doing a calculate a future investment value. Basically what it is we're going to invest a certain amount of money. And you know, we're going to invest $1,056. We're going to invest that amount with an annual interest rate of 4.25%, and we're going to do it for 1 year. And the interest is going to be compounded monthly interest rate. Monthly interest rate, number of months. That means, so we're entering in an annual interest rate, so we want a monthly interest rate, so we divide that by 100. And we're entering in 1 year, but we're going to compound every month, so we divide that by 100, or we divide by 12 to get this. 12, and this is going to be 4.25 divided by 100, and this is going to be the 1,000.56. And so you solve this equation, and we get this number. By the way, this is to the power. In Python, it'd be like asterisk, asterisk. Okay, so let's write this out. Save as. This is going to be number 5. And it's going to be a financial investment value, future value. And so we're going to do interest rate is, no, let's do the inputs here. In amount is going to equal to 1,056. Remember, you have to have an input. Okay, you can't just do it like I'm doing. I'm just showing you the calculations here. And annual interest rate is 4.5, and num years equals 1. And we want to compute accumulated value, A equals something. Okay, we're going to compute that. Well, let's figure out what a monthly interest rate is. That would be equal to the annual interest rate, and that's divided by 100, and then divided by 12, because we have to divide it by 100, it's not really 4.5, it's really 0.045. So this is the first is going to make it 0.045, and then that's per year, and we want to divide that by 100 because we want per month. All right. And then so that's the monthly interest rate. We want a number of months. So number of months equals number of years divided by 12. All right. Let's call this investment amount. Okay, so this looks like this. Okay, so now we can just put accumulated value of future investment amount. Let's call it that. Let's just copy this whole thing here. Get rid of this. So we have here, this has got to be at times. Investment amount, that's the same as that. Monthly interest rate, same as that. Number of months, same as that. Future investment, okay, that's probably it then. So I can print accumulated value is whatever this is. Future investment amount times 100 divided by 100. All right? Is, let me get fancy here. Okay, let's see what this looks like. PY. And it is 1,087. Ooh, that's not even close to being correct. Why is that? Let's see. Investment amount is that. Annual interest rate is 4.25. That's the problem. 4.25. Number of years, blah, blah, blah. And what about this last thing? Times 100 divided by 100. Oh, I know. I got to do the int. Int. There we go. All right. Now let's see what this looks like. I wonder why it's not working. Monthly interest rate, 1 plus. Let's see, let me pause this. All right, we're back. Okay, so what I did to figure out what my problem was, and many of you probably saw it right away, but I decided to print out the monthly interest rate and the number of months. And when I did that, I got monthly interest rate is that looks fine, but number of months looks like that. And obviously the number of months should be 12. So it's because I made this mistake. It should be times 12. Now let's run this. And we get 104392. Number of months is 12, and the monthly interest rate is that. All right. So anyway, I think I've given you enough. Information here now to be able to get all the points on all the projects. Remember, you can try as many times as it takes, and the reason I do that is because I want to encourage incremental debugging, where you just change a little thing at each time to get to know where you are, and you can do things like this where you print out intermediate values. That's how you debug the program. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I will maybe see some of you next week. Thanks for watching.